welcome. I'll be talking to you guys about how to make a good roleplay character. Just some background. I've been role-playing online for about 8 years, and this is the type of roleplay where you write back and forth and you're part of a whole writing plot story. Today we're going to talk about your setting, finding an image, and also the basic information you're going to find about your character. Once you know your setting, it'll be easier to figure out where your character lies in the plot and how they will fit into the story. You cannot make a Pegasus character for a realistic high school roleplay. That just doesn't work. Let's say you're making it for high fantasy, if you're making it for sci-fi or even medieval fantasy or dystopian. There's just so many out there that you can choose to be from. But I realized, even from running my own roleplays and helping my friends run their own, is that people have a really hard time putting their characters together, and especially their backstories. Once you have an image, believe it or not, humans are very visual creatures. When you have an image, you can definitely understand or even picture a story where your character fits into. I usually like to go on like Pinterest, Tumblr, sometimes even DeviantArt. Probably butchered that. Remember, I do not own these images. I just use these images to help further a story or a plot, and usually roleplays will always make that significant on their form. Find something that resonates with you. Why is this important? Once that image inspires you, you're inspired to figure out the story behind them. You'll have some sort of connection to that character, which makes it a whole lot easier in the end, because once you have some sort of connection to your character, when you're in story, it's going to be way easier to play them out and getting a good feel for them. The third part that I want to talk about is who's your character. To know your character, you need to focus on the basic fundamental information of them, which could be name, birthday, age, race, where they come from, where they were born. And then you would want to think about their physical traits, especially if like your picture doesn't explicitly show everything. Their hair color, their eye color, their height, if they have any distinguishing features like tattoos or piercings, which are usually the things that aren't shown in many pictures that people find. Those are really important, especially for people to know. And small things like piercings or tattoos or scars are things that are part of your character's backstory that later on people will find out about through story progression. When I find an image, they usually give us some sort of vibe. That's something that I really work off of, and that's why I find it so important to find an image. Not everybody works this way, but I do recommend it, especially for beginners. You can start to play around with personalities, and the best thing I can recommend for you is to play someone that's not yourself. And it makes it even more fun, because you're not playing someone similar to yourself, you're playing the complete opposite. It can be challenging, but it's more immersive that way. You can immerse yourself in the character to try to see where they're gonna go. Personality, when you write it out, you want to be very concise, very fast, nothing too long. Some people like to do that, but for most people, when they're reading your bio, they want to get like a quick understanding of what your character is like. What you could do would be like, she is funny, she is smart, she does not react good when she's in a pressured situation, she's quick to temper. Some people like to put it into a sentence format or a paragraph format. That's fine as well. I just find it easier to just list them. Backstory, everybody gets stuck here because they don't know where to start. Your backstory prepares it to be ready for the story that progresses on. You need to have something that they've done in the past, because they're not just going to have, for example, the ability to fight just starting. They went to a ninja school, they went to an assassination school, they got taught by their uncle how to fight with a weapon. I could just give you something from the top of my head. Your character was orphaned from a young age. They were found by a proctor in an assassin school. They brought them in, they learned, they left at a specific age, maybe 15, became a monster hunter, and through all of that, they got them to that position. They have enough skills to progress in a fantasy or combat setting. The most ultimate thing that I can suggest for you is to not overthink it. Your character does not need to be perfect. If your character is already fleshed out from the beginning, it's not going to be fun pushing them through progression because there's nothing to work on. There should always be something to work on. So never worry about your character being the strongest or the prettiest. As long as you're working with the plot and working with the creator and they're fine with that, then your character has an unlimited amount of ways that they can grow. Be unique with your character. Be fun. This is an outlet for you. This is a way to discover new personalities that maybe you haven't thought of before, and it really helps you get out of your comfort zone and be comfortable in a community that will not judge you for what you like to portray or what you like to play as a character. If you would like a video of me explaining a more in-depth version of backstory, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Alba Olea.